Hi, I'm Jelena. And yeah, after such a great introduction, I tried to tell more details. But anyway, I hope that you have heard about this phrase, because it's not me, it's Nike who said that. But even if you don't know this phrase, I'm pretty sure that everybody of us, we plan something for tomorrow, but then this is the big question if we realize that, if we do some actions, right? But okay, today I'm going to tell you about Scrum Master profession. Yeah, I am a Scrum Master, and as well as I think, as a continuation of the previously presentation from Agnes, I will share a little bit how I get there. And I'm wondering, how many of you knows who is the Scrum Master? Maybe you can raise your hand so that I can observe. Okay, very nice. Impressive, thank you. So I'm asking because even my friends and relatives, they don't know much about the Scrum Master profession. And this is quite understandable because Scrum was founded approximately 30 years ago. So it's quite new profession, right? That's why I think it's very vital to have dialogue at the end. And maybe I will help you to clarify some questions and can elaborate on some parts. So I plan that time as well. But let's start. So looking back 16 years ago, I was working as the engineer constructor in a small building company here in Riga. I just moved from Estonia, didn't know the Latvian language. And yeah, that was a big change in my life, actually. But besides that, that was a great experience because I learned, of course, more in deep about the production process, how the product was planned, then the production itself, and till the very end when we deliver this product to the customer. Of course, I learned the technical drawing a lot, and I realized that beside the engineering part, I really enjoy working with the people, working with the customer, and I like the sense of the responsibility to be responsible for our product because I was proud of our product. And yeah, that's how I decided to move on and join SEB Stockholm. So this is Skandinaviska Enskilda Banking Stockholm, but shared services was open here in Riga as the bank specialist. So I learned payments, Swift messaging, as well as I collaborated a lot with the bank customers. And I learned two very important things there. First is that banks, our bank customers, they are people. And when you build and maintain relationship with the customers, with the banks, I mean, that's the same when you build and maintain relationship with the people. So trust and responsibility matters. And another lesson learned was about the maturity in team. So when you work in a mature team, this is the pure power. Why? Because this is how you can achieve more. You work more efficiently. You can add extra service to the customers, and they always appreciate that. And that's how you can gain this trust from the customer quicker. And from the other hand, of course, it's understandable when you work with people who are like your family. This is really brilliant feeling because we work a lot. We spend 8 hours every day with our colleagues. And when you have such a strong team, when you can say, help me, or you can be sure that you rely on your colleagues and it will be done. So it's a brilliant feeling. So at that time, I also got the interesting offer to join big IT project in Statoil. That time, that was the name of the Circle K, as you know. And from one side, that was very exciting to join because I always wanted to learn about IT and IT world, their products and the processes. But from the other hand, that was really scary. Of course, I understood that I need to learn so much information during the short period of time. And I must say that that was because the project was already full speed ongoing, and it was really giant project. So that's how another big change in my career life happens. That's how I learned about waterfall project, as well as a bonus, I've got the testing experience. Yeah, and I have heard something about Agile, just in general, in theory. And I really understood that that's not only like today, it's our future. And I really wanted to practice this part, to touch this thing. So our project was over, done successfully, and then that's how I joined Accenture. And I was really lucky to work in a large project with a very important customer within the Scrum team. So I played the role of like one-man orchestra. I was a business analyst, technical writer, and backup for Scrum Master. And later on, of course, I find out more about Scrum. I practiced that and worked 100% as Scrum Master. The important thing here that I found my profession on that stage of my life. Actually, I realized that Scrum, this is something what I love, I understand, and I would like to continue to work as a Scrum Master. So already working third year with the TietoEVRY in Riga, with the brilliant colleagues and experts, very knowledgeable people. I call them also my partners in crime because we learn a lot and it's enjoyable. We experiment because we work in a large Scrum. And in the name of it, it's less, huge, meaning the large-scale Scrum, and that we have more than 8 Scrum teams working together on one big and amazing product. So it's very exciting. And by the way, taking this opportunity, I welcome you to join us. We have many open positions now. And this product named Card Suite, probably you have heard. But to continue with that, I would like to mention that in IT industry, there is every time much to learn and practice and experiment. So, and develop, right? It's not a surprise that there are so much to develop. So, but also it's about the self-development. And my short message to you, what I also tell to myself, be bold, because I really hope that my story somehow help you to transform your tomorrow, at least a little bit, or maybe support you if you're already on this way of the decision to do the change or not. Because this is all about our comfort zone, and it is really so. And everybody, I'm pretty sure that we all feel absolutely the same fear when we try to step out of our comfort zone. We try to find some excuses to say no and not to do that. But believe me, if you will do that, you will do this first step and another steps, hopefully, out of your comfort zone. I have absolutely no doubts that the desired is achievable, and it's 100% proved. Because if you have the strong purpose, and if you say, yes, I will do that, and today, but maybe not today, it's Friday, but maybe on Monday. So you will feel this difference. You will widen your comfort zone, and you will feel this learning and growth zone, and it's amazing, actually. It's really nice. So it's worth to try. Do it. And now I think it's worth to proceed with the second part of my presentation, particularly with the Scrum. And before I will talk about Scrum Master role, I think we should align what is Scrum. And Scrum Guide says that this is the lightweight framework, very suitable for the complex tasks. As well as during the short period of time, you can get already the result. And the result, this is the product, piece of the product, potentially releasable feature, probably you have heard. But the thing is that this short period of time, this is the sprint. And client invest only in this short period of time. Like if you compare 2 weeks of sprint, usually 2 weeks, yeah, in the best practices, with the 1-3 years projects, it's it's not so much investment. But at the end, you already see the result. That's why this is one of the benefits, and that's why maybe it's so popular. But I would like to stop here and say a couple of words about the complex problems, complex tasks. So Scrum works perfectly there. And complex means that it's not like everything is known, then it's simple task. Or 100% unknown, then it's house. So complex, that's like when the majority is unknown, like you take a task and it's 80% unknown, it's okay, but 20% you know. So this is complex. And that's why it's really suitable when you work within the Scrum, when you develop the software, because we do work with the complex tasks. The heart of the sprint is, not sprint, but Scrum, is a Scrum team. And Scrum team, this is the product owner, development team, and Scrum Master. Scrum based on transparency, inspection, and adaptation, as well as it was founded on empiricism. And empiricism, this is when you gain the knowledge from your experience. So, summarizing this, I would say that the events, what's happening in this framework, are quite logical and have a common sense. I mean, if you plan the sprint also the event, you should have at least a draft plan, right? You should align with your teammates how you will deliver the product or piece of the product at the end of the sprint to the customer, what we will show and how we step by step go there. So this is planning. And then at the end of the sprint, of course, you will have a sprint review where you will show your results. You worked hard, so you need also to show what is done. And then customer could also observe quicker the result and navigate the future steps into the right direction so that the product is attractive and confirm that, yes, this is exactly what I wanted, or change the direction and adopt this in upcoming sprints. Every day we have a daily Scrum, that's another event. I call them team activity, actually. So this is when the development team meets and synchronize the plans for the upcoming 24 hours, for one day, as well as share if something was found, some, I don't know, was spike or some information was worth to share for everybody. In case we see that we're stuck with something or blocker met, so that's really great to see risk at the early stage and we remove it, work on this removal right away. So we also can observe that as well as the progress. Every day you can see the progress towards the sprint goal. And the final event, this is the sprint retrospective. Well, that's about sprint tuning. So, yeah, you need to meet with the Scrum team, sit and reflect. Okay, how was it in the last sprint? What was to change? Or maybe something went really well, we need to continue doing that. As well as, of course, you plan these small steps for the future, and shouldn't be giant steps, but that's how you improve step by step your like upcoming sprints, and it's more simpler and like more enjoyable work in such sprints. Also worth to add that from my experience, we do not have all the time retrospective when like it's so actively needed to be like some change invented or something like that. Sometimes it's really calm, everything goes well, and then we do not just push some changes. But we use this time so that to challenge ourselves, because developers really appreciate the discussions about engineering excellence, and yeah, they really like such a discussion. So it's also very good to have such open discussions what can navigate us or give us some ideas what we can organize in the future or improve something. Great, so I think it's time to talk about Scrum Master role. And I would like to say that it's not your mom, it's not a project manager or manager, monster or police, or person who will micromanage you every hour. This is a firming leader, the person who knows the right medium, when and where to facilitate, to mentor you, to train or coach. And also Scrum Master works into the 3 directions: development team, product owner, and organization. When it comes to the development team, that's everyday activities, events, of course, but the purpose is so that the team engaged, but also very important, self-organized. And yeah, since we are in one team, that's why gradually we can move on to the product owner direction. He's also in our team. And then Scrum Master, of course, facilitate and help with the events, with the necessary workshops or dialogues. So Scrum Master is there so that to facilitate, step in, back up, as well as very good example that when product owner is overwhelmed with administrative work, so Scrum Master helps. It's absolutely okay to take this part of product owner's shoulders. About organization, the 3rd direction, it's also about systematic optimization. And sounds really in general, I understand, but this is about the overall processes, improvements, and working on them. For example, in a large-scale Scrum, very popular when Scrum Master helps organizations so that we could have the required set of the skills in the teams. so that the teams are featured teams. Or another simple example, when Scrum Master collaborates with HR colleagues, so that we all aligned on the same message what we provide to our potential newcomers, so that we clearly state our message, what we expect, so that in the future we could have a perfect match and we could have less pain for everybody. So again, to know on the early stage what are the expectations and the risks, that's very nice. And it's very logical, I think, even in the life. And to summarize about the Scrum Master role, I would like to say loud that Scrum Master must support and promote Scrum, as well as make sure that the Scrum team understands and, very vital, enacts Scrum. So this is basically all what I wanted to share with you, and now I'm ready for your questions. Or maybe I need to elaborate some part. Feel free to ask.
Yes, we have a question. Hello, thank you very much for a positive, very positive and inspiring presentation. Maybe a little bit provocative question. Do you really need to have meetings every day?
Sorry, do I get correctly? I cannot hear you clearly. About the meetings every day, you mean about the daily Scrum?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's really vital, because you synchronize your plans every day. And if you have the sprint 2 weeks, it's 10 working days. So it's very vital to synchronize. But the participation, I mean, this is can be different. So people can just inform colleague about the plans, and then we share it on daily Scrum. And also about the participation. So it's only for developers. It's only for developers. I mean, for the team. So no one else is there. So people just synchronize the plans. So yeah, it helps. So, and I would like to say why it helps, because consistency removes this complexity.
And you also go in such a fast pace in this time frame that you really, that one meeting a day is like a meeting per month to regular motions. But maybe we have some more questions. Are there? Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
I would like to precise, how do you see, what is the junior position if somebody is interested in that career, let's say to become a good Scrum Master in the future?
Mm-hmm. Well, how Alice also mentioned that the experience, actually, your career path, it matters, because you learn from every experience something really vital, what can help you on your, okay, within the Scrum Master role, of course. And I must say that this is the first thing, of course, the experience, working with the people, facing different situations, even stressful, so that you could be this affirming leader, so that you could be this person who put the right medium, not pushing, not like just ignoring stuff. So you help people to grow. At the same time, you focus on team, so that it is mature team. And I think this is just a practice. So if you feel that this is something what you're interested in, you need definitely to practice and let others also give you feedback. Like, especially, for example, I personally really appreciated when developers gave me the feedback a lot every day. So that helped me a lot. And even afterwards, I ask them, okay, what would you do in this situation? Or how would you explain this, for example, to some technical person, to architect? And this helps a lot. So I would say just practice and continue. As well as maybe if it is just a very beginning, the training with the Scrum Master who is like practicing, this helped me also a lot to confirm things, to clarify some situations, and take the further steps. And books.
Any more questions? Your final chance. Okay, I think we're getting like on the end of the day, but let's give applause to our final speaker of today.
Thank you very much. May I say a couple of words. I would like to wish you all a very nice Friday, but also if you have a couple of minutes, could you please drop me your feedback to my LinkedIn account? Because it would be also very good to have my own retrospective and to become better in public speaking. Thank you so much.